Всем привет, дорогие друзья, с вами Горгеймер. Мы продолжаем проходить игру под названием Noire. У нас, собственно, золотая бабочка. Нас в прошлой серии перевели в отдел убийств. Что-то мне немножко стало вдруг внезапно. Ага. Вот так вот. Замечательно. The Golden Butterfly. Ой, какая неприятность. До свидания. Спокойной ночи. Угу. Да, банальная ситуация.
Galloway. Got it, Skipper. Yeah, I'll bring him. He's my partner, after all.
Why?
What have we got?
New case. White female dumped in plain sight in the grass at the end of Hill Street. Hacks are all over it. Captain's trying to fend him off.
That sounds awfully similar.
The first rule of police work is make no assumptions until you've seen the evidence. Skipper wants you to have your newspaper face on, college boy. I think I know the place where they found the lady. It overlooks Sunset Boulevard. Let's go.
Ну, поехали.
I didn't want to arrest the kid, so I gave him a dusting he didn't forget.
That's the guy from the papers. Solved that big case.
I don't need this.
Чё возмущаются-то все, я не пойму, прям не могу. Где наша тачка? Вот.
Did a decent job on the Henry case, Phelps. Not bad for your first time at bat.
Thanks, Rusty.
But don't go getting ahead of yourself. That's one clearance under your belt.
No assumptions until we see the evidence.
Так, ну-ка, где там у нас это уличное преступление? Ой, блин, это далеко. Ладно,
See, I knew you were a fast man, Phelps. You might get along after all.
Так, я так понимаю, что нам нужно наверх. А почему ты
Jesus, Phelps!
не возмущайся?
Your lighting should be revolved on the racetrack.
Подвинься. Как наверх-то попасть? Да ты серьезно? Как наверх-то попасть? Круги наматывают тут. Вообще капец. Не мог что ли видеть где-то поближе, надо было обязательно где-то наверху. Но он же ей всего лишь ударил по голове какой-то железякой. Неужели она сразу же от этого умерла? Не может такого быть. Ну да, действительно, сейчас бы из-за этого столба не
Whoa, is someone who reports this?
Сейчас еще один труп здесь походу появится.
Now, boys, you know as much as I do. I'll be holding a press conference once the autopsy has been completed. I have two of my finest investigators on the case.
Why?
Fresh from bringing down the sword of justice on the crazed sex
Captain,
Alonzo
aren't there
Mendes.
similarities between this murder and the murder of Celine Henry? And of Elizabeth Short, for that
So you don't
matter?
believe there's a crazed sex killer at large preying on women?
Boys, be sensible. We have the greatest police force in all the world with the greatest scientific investigators at our disposal. How can any killer continue to beat that? Be advised. We keep the gas chamber at San Quentin primed for the sons of Cain who continue to believe they can take a life in the City of Angels.
Yeah, right. Any new leads in the Dahlia case?
Run along, boys, and let these officers get to work. We have God's work to do here, and it can't be delayed.
What do we have,
Правильно, правильно, пинай их.
Another woman sacrificed. Speak to Carruthers. I want daily reports, gentlemen.
Так, что
It's
тут у
him,
нас
the
есть?
cop from the newspaper.
Завали.
Detective, I was first on scene.
You find her, Gonzalez?
Not me. A family out for a stroll. I was first reporting.
Can you show me the body?
It's under the pepper tree, this way.
Так. Ага, вижу. Наши
Can't be much help to you, Phelps.
ботиночки.
The stomping angle in the Henry case. Was it reported in the press?
Sure was. Every detail a copycat would want was there in the story.
Сумочка. Без сумочки вообще никуда. Дейдра Моллер. Ассоциация учителя-родителей.
Well, we have a name. Can you run Deirdre Muller by
Да,
RNI?
собственно, не зря там
Back
висел
in a
вот этот
second.
вот полицейский домик с телефончиком. Я его сразу там приметил.
If the motive was robbery, why not take the money?
Странно. Так, ладно, посмотрим девчонку. Так, значит, что... Ага, понятно, затоптали.
Victim a white female Jane Doe on Hill Street.
Ясно, тут у нас... Да что ты ее за руки? Кольцо сорвали с пальца.
What's this mark? Cut on the finger.
Fourth finger, left hand, a wedding or engagement ring, violently removed.
Reported by who?
Маникюр ничего, так я оценил. Так, что у нас тут? Тут ее душили
Look at your
явно.
mark. It's very...
Distinctive. I'll do some comparisons back at the lab and get back to you.
Угу, обязательно ты это
Thanks
сделаешь.
very much for your help.
Так, дальше у нас что? Здесь ноги. Здесь такой же супер
Looks like she
маникюр.
was tied up.
Ага.
It does at first, but that
То
would
есть
leave a
её
mark on her other
не
wrist too.
палкой убили, как я
I think her
предполагал.
watch might have been torn off.
Хорошо, понятно. Так. Мгм. Ну давай,
Detectives.
давай, конечно,
RNI says a
приступай.
Similar MO.
To what? The Dahlia? I don't think so.
Celine Henry.
That's a closed case. This is probably another sad sack who lost his temper with a broad who wouldn't put out.
Are you a suspect, Rusty?
Watch your mouth, Phelps. All I'm saying is we got enough to do without reopening closed cases.
Talk me through it, Mal.
Severely battered, on display. Footprints would indicate that she has been stomped. Size of the footprints would seem to indicate a smallish men's shoe. What size shoe did Mendez wear?
You finished?
No, I'm not. At a glance, I would say strangulation was the cause of death. I'll need to do further tests for semen.
Angry boyfriend. If they were married, they'd be at home, not humping out here in Lover's Lane.
Detectives, RNI
Да.
says a Deirdre Mahler of 130 North Bonnie Bray was reported missing this morning by her
Собственно, вот
husband,
она.
Hugo Mahler.
What'd I tell you? Let's grab the husband, take him downtown, and work him over. We could have this wrapped up by lunchtime.
What about not making assumptions and going on the evidence?
Так, ну тут мы, собственно, уже, наверное, закончили. Поехали тогда к этому Хьюгу Моллеру, или как там его. Вот дом Моллеров. Где наша машина-то, господи, в самой сраке стоит. Поближе, что ли, нельзя было запарковаться. А, да, точно, я и про тебя забыл. Ну, поехали.
Still might be some play in the boyfriend angle.
I thought we were on our way to lock up the husband.
If he doesn't work out, that is.
Deirdre Muller has suffered enough. More than enough. You shouldn't make disparaging comments about her without even the slightest inkling of what she was like.
She was a woman, wasn't she? No, around about my third divorce, I realized women might not be the pure angels we imagine. You're married, ain't you, Phelps?
Don't make any insinuations about my wife.
Hey, she's a woman.
She's the mother of my children.
You're a father, Cole? Then don't tell me your eye don't bend.
This conversation is over.
Что это с ним жестко? Это вообще... хотя подожди. Это же поближе будет, чем нам ехать в дом Моллеров. Вот мы. Да, поехали-ка мы на вот туда.
211 shots fired. 391 Broadway, Mallory's Cafe. 391 Broadway. Unit to handle code 3. Identify.
Хорошо.
Oh my god!
Коль бы кто пропустил, всех объезжать приходится. Ох, шо ж такое-то? Что ж у меня все не слава богу. Библиотека. Отлично. Газ в пол, повышенное достижение. Интересно, что же это за достижение? Почитаю позже.
All units, officer needs help. 211 and shots fired. 391 Broadway, Mallory's Cafe. 391 Broadway. Unit to handle code 3. Identify.
Go to hell,
Ох ты ж,
Papa!
ё-моё.
No way I'm going down without a fight.
Drop the weapon,
чё, больной,
hands
что ли?
behind your head.
Yeah? Fuck you too!
Ты вообще понял, что ты
Put your
сейчас
hands in
натворил?
the air.
Ты человека убил, слышь, тупик. Ой, тупой.
Give it up, LAPD.
Мне стрелять в него или чё? Ну-ка. Иди сюда, сюда.
Don't make me chase you.
А, нет, мне нужно следить. Ё... О, господи ты, боже мой, лезь быстрее, Фелпс, как будто я не знаю, кто ползёшь тут. Походу теперь мне придется убить. Потому что по-хорошему сдаваться не захотел. Алло, я ему в глаз прям попал в правый.
Surrender now, or I will use deadly force.
Ну, сам напросился. Я не виноват. Более 10 секунд ехать со скоростью выше 80 миль в час.
Advise all units that the 211 from Mallory's Cafe is code 4, KGPL.
Roger 11K. All units, 211 from Mallory's Cafe is code 4. Repeat, code 4.
Нет, а как бы он что, умер? Нет, его забрали. Или что? Балл интуиции хороший. Давненько у нас их не было. Балл интуиции, это хорошо. Вообще замечательно. Просто моя машина быстрее не может, а так я думаю, я бы 100 в час бы проехался. И 200. Да что ж вас тут так много? Ой, вот это сейчас было красиво. Это это сейчас было красиво. И никого не убило. А где? Не, да.
211 is shots fired, 410 South Flower Street. Units at Canano Code
Можно
3
было вот не
identified.
царапаться, наверное. Моллеров 11:48 утра. Ну, так себе скажу я тебе, у них дворик. Здрасте, мадемуазель.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Is your father home?
He'll be home soon. He's been out looking for Mommy.
What's your name, miss?
Michelle Eloise Mahler?
Не смей ей говорить, что у нее мать.
Can we come in?
Я тебе сейчас тут это...
Thank you. Could you have a seat for me, Michelle?
Не... Держи свой рот на замке и не говори ничего. Ну ты чё
We're gonna
делаешь?
have a look around.
Ну слава богу, до тебя дошло.
He'll be back any moment. Just sit tight.
Ну не знаю, не знаю. Так, кто-то делал хавку, не доделал. Какие-то печенюшечки. Посуда грязная, уйма. Это чё? Это стаканчик. Продукты что? Что, где? Где пиликнут? Опа, записочка. Подними.
Not sure this means much.
Да в смысле, что там? Не... Что-то... Звезды чей-то. Не понял я, короче, ни черта. Там слишком мелко и непонятно написано. Так, ладно, значит, квартирка. Здесь у нас что? Тени разные или что это? Что пиликнет? Скрипка. Не трогай скрипку, это святое. Скрипка это святое, нельзя. Опа, записная книжечка, это уже может быть важно, я думаю.
Not much help.
Да почему? Ты тупой? Или это... это комната дочки, походу. Тогда да. Тогда это не важно. Так, нам... Подожди, говорить нам рано. Говорить нам рано. Здесь, значит... Ага, вот это какие-то украшения. Ну-ка.
Elgin wristwatch.
Часы.
Probably the same one snatched from her
Ясно,
body.
значит, это были явно не связанные руки, это были часы. А это, так понимаю, было кольцо, да?
No sign of a wedding ring.
Это обручальное кольцо. Ясно. Все. Этого мне почти достаточно. Так, что у нас еще портфель грязный, что это рубашки, носочки. Ну, собственно, тут что такое? Вот, кстати, обувь размер, надо посмотреть.
Work boots.
41.
Size 8.
Но это большой размер, там меньше был. Поэтому не никак. Здесь не открывается. Ну все, я все осмотрел, получается, по сути, осталось поговорить с девчонкой.
I'm stuck.
Is this about Mommy? Daddy is trying to find her. Please tell me she's okay.
Нет.
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Michelle, but your mother is dead.
Да, реакция, конечно, прям
Do you
Оскар.
think you could answer a few questions for us?
Could try.
Анимация просто ору.
When did you last see your mother?
Yesterday afternoon.
Я думаю,
I went to a
ребенку
dance
врать
at Belmont High.
незачем.
Mommy was supposed to pick me up, but she didn't show.
So what did you do then?
I was upset. Daddy came instead.
Что-то у него глаза куда-то съезжают, ну блин. Но ребенок не может врать. Ты угораешь?
Did he come and get you?
Серьезно?
Of
То есть она...
course. Some boys offered me a ride home, but that's not the right thing to do.
So you were hanging around the school for quite a while.
Она для
What
15 лет
happened with your
выглядит лет
father?
на
I
12.
don't
мне
know. I called and finally he answered. He came straight away then.
кажется. Да, вот это я,
Some of
конечно,
your mother's jewelry was missing. Can you describe her things?
Ring, a watch. I never paid much attention to that stuff.
Но ты не можешь на них обращать внимание. Ну вот и что я теперь скажу, что это такое?
I know it's painful, Michelle, but this may be important. She wore a wedding ring?
Mommy chose it herself. A rose gold wedding band and a matching diamond and ruby
Нормально
engagement
вообще.
ring.
She wore a watch?
Yes, a yellow gold Elgin watch. Daddy bought it for her birthday.
Но судя по подаркам, они вроде бы ладили,
Kinda
и
fight.
типа
It was kind of a makeup present.
нет смысла ему ее...
Your mom and dad are happily married?
What are you saying? Of course they are.
Ой, что-то ты мне тут
They weren't happy, were they, Michelle? Did your father ever hit your mother?
Just the once. She said she would leave him if he ever did it again. He bought her a brooch pin to make up for it. Mommy always wore her golden butterfly.
А ее, кстати, не было.
Thanks, Miss Muller. You've been very brave.
Блин, как я мог просрать первый вопрос? Ну ты угораешь.
Hey,
Здрасте.
what gives?
Daddy, the police
Go to your
are
room,
here.
please, Michelle. I'll talk to the police.
Daddy,
Твоя жена
Mommy is
сдохла.
Go to your
gone.
room, young lady. She's not even out of school. You can't come in here interrogating her like she's
Your
some
wife
kind
was
of...
found murdered this morning.
Found? What? But she only...
Да-да-да-да.
We have some questions that we would like to ask you.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I'll do my best.
What size shoe do you wear, Mr. Muller?
Why do you ask?
It's routine, sir. Simple process of elimination.
9s, I think.
Why are you lying to me, Mr. Muller?
Why would I lie to you at a time like this?
That's funny. The work boots we found here are size 8s. Why lie about it if you've got nothing to hide?
Because I always get teased about the size of my feet. You know, small feet, small... Always been true in my experience.
Серьезно.
So you were here all night. You stayed in while your wife went out to pick up your daughter?
Yes, that's correct.
Что-то врет он мне заливает. Да
You got any way of
смысле?
confirming this story of yours?
You son of a bitch. You come here making all these accusations.
Ну он же врал. Ну, у него глаза улетели до такой степени, что там, я
You
не
phoned in a
знаю,
missing
шары
persons
будут
report this
исходить.
morning?
Yeah, that's right. My wife didn't come home last night. She left around 9:30. Michelle was out at dance. She called me to let me know that Deidre didn't turn up.
Но у него явно проблемы, и, по-моему, он врет. Просто вот сделаю. Вот так. На ты падла. Что-то, мне кажется, он не договаривает. Смотри, как он нервничает.
Did your wife ever go out by herself? To bars, nightclubs?
No. What are you suggesting? You suggesting my wife's loose? Now is not the time for you to be pushing me, mister.
Your daughter said you were having an argument.
We argued about who would pick up Michelle. I worked a full day. I wanted to come home, put my feet up.
Your wife went to pick up Michelle?
Yes, that's right.
Опять что-то он мне врет.
What
Да
happened,
почему
Hugo?
нет-то,
Got any
господи?
theories? Because we're starting to like you for this.
The car park by the school is kind of dark. Maybe somebody jumped her there. Did you try the parking lot?
Your wife was beaten and then strangled. In your case, you have no alibi and a history of violence towards your wife.
Да один раз
That's
ударил
not, that's not true, god damn it.
It is true, Hugo. You're a violent man. You try to keep a lid on it at home, but sometimes you lost control. Your daughter and your wife were scared of you.
You don't
Ты
know
чё
anything
так
about
прям?
me.
Он всего ее пару раз ударил, собственно. Ты чё? Подожди. Она же сказала, что он ее это колотила. Как мне сказать-то? Либо вот эту брошь-бабочку использовать, типа то, что после ссоры за это.
I know about the golden butterfly, Hugo, and how you bought your wife off the last time you hurt her.
She liked to spend money, all right? Dresses, jewelry, her hair. It drove me goddamn crazy. Do I look like a Rockefeller? Nobody likes a cheapskate, Hugo.
Getting hostile with us is a very bad idea.
Вот это я сейчас накосячил.
I'm no murderer.
Make some arrangements for your daughter, and then present yourself to Central Station for questioning.
You gotta be kidding me, Phelps. Put the cuffs on him. This is an outrage. I didn't kill my wife.
Your daughter is in the next room, Mueller, so I'm giving you a break. Don't make me change my mind, and don't make me come looking for you.
Да вот-вот, и я о том же.
We should go back in there and bust his ass.
Да ладно тебе.
One, we need to break his alibi. Check phone records, canvass the neighbors. Two,
типа,
we have
алиби
motive
у
of
него и
domestic
так нет, раз
violence,
она
which probably
сказала,
goes
что
for half
дома
the
его
men in
не было.
LA.
А я
Three,
что-то
we have
забыл
no
про это.
evidence tying him to the crime scene.
Hello, detective.
Опа. Опа.
Yes, ma'am.
Соседули.
I heard the terrible news over the radio.
And you can help us with our inquiries?
Yes, sir. They had a row last night. I heard Mrs. Mueller screaming.
Did you see Mrs. Mueller come home late last night at all?
No, not at all. I did see Mr. Mueller put something in the incinerator earlier this morning, though.
I told you he was our guy. Now let's get this bum downtown and into a cell.
Look, there he is now.
Может, он ботинки сжигает?
Step away from the incinerator. Don't let him get away.
Okay, but no shooting. We need this guy to make the case.
Да и ты тупой, господи, Фелпс.
Shoot the crew.
Асфальтовые джунгли получим достижение. Ну-ка, что он тут жег? Мне кажется, ботинки. Ну, естественно. О.
This doesn't look good, Hugo.
I can explain the blood.
Get him booked in at Central, officer. Then put him in an interview room. We'll be speaking with him later. And inform the captain.
Yes, sir,
detective.
Is there someone you can call, miss?
I don't want home and
You need somewhere to stay, Michelle. You have other family? Grandparents? Aunts or uncles?
call Aunt Helen, but she lives in Bakersfield and
Call her. We're gonna get someone down here from Juvenile Hall to talk to you in the meantime.
We ought to get some uniforms down here, clean up, take care
Я
of
в
the kid.
шоке вообще. Где звонишь? Кому? Ну, это, конечно, да.
Seems like a nice boy, putting all those hoodlums in jail.
Galloway, Homicide Division, badge number 564.
Go ahead, Detective. Phelps, badge 1247.
Did we get Ray Pinker and a technical services team to a house at 130 North Bonnie
I need an
Bray
address
Street?
on a Belmont High School.
Send someone down from Juvenile Hall to look after a young lady.
Мы же уже, типа, считай, раскрыли убийство. Все.
1575 West 2nd Street.
Thanks, ma'am.
Поехали сразу, допросим, может.
Inform Detective Phelps that the coroner has report waiting at the police morgue downtown when he's available.
Поехали в школу.
Got it, KGPL.
Ну, типа, блин, тут уже все ясно. Какой смысл вообще ехать в школу? Я не понимаю. Сейчас
I'm
мы
surprised,
приедем
you
в
know.
школу,
I didn't
нам
make the
скажем,
husband
что
for
нам
it.
скажут,
Always
что-
make the husband, Phelps. 9 times out of 10, it's the closest person to the Vic who does the deed. God knows I've wanted to kill some lives in my day.
Lex parsimonii.
What?
The law of parsimony. Occam's razor. The simplest explanation is most likely the correct one.
You know, you could have said that without getting all liturgical on me.
I'll try to dumb things down from now on.
Appreciate it. And try this one on for size. Rusty's razor.
How's that go?
You blame the guy that's banging her.
Ah, of course. The famous Lex ignoramus.
Closes cases, Cole. Puts a lot of people away, that one.
Отлично, мы в школе.
But Saturday's the spring unveiling, Emmy. It's the first season since fabric rationing's over. We have to go.
I told you I can't Saturday. I'm busy.
Busy where? You're going on another drive with
Не
baby Gardner, aren't you?
Подожди.
So what if I am?
Go, Phelps. I'll take the car and see if I can cut him off.
Это что за говно такое, я не понял. Кстати, судя по фигуре, она очень сильно похожа на то говно, которое делает тетю. Ну, посмотри, говно. Ты можешь бежать быстрее, нет? Вообще никак. Ну, хорошо, не бежи. Все, ты себя в тупик загнал. Галой, где ты на машине, господи? Достань пистолет, Фелпс, угрожай, как ты это умеешь. Ты, твою мать, ну куда ты бежишь-то? Давай, догоняй. Ну почему здесь-то не работает левая кнопка щелкнуть? Вот, наконец-то. Прошло 1000 лет. Да ты издеваешься, почему? Куда ты так полетел? Куда ты так полетел, я-мое? Даже так. Ой, какой ты злой дядя.
Car 11 King, come in. Car 11 King, come in.
11K, go ahead.
11K, see the janitor, a green 1946 coupe registered to a Mrs. Hugo Moeller has been found in the parking lot adjoining the Belmont High School and playing fields. 11K, code 2.
Подожди, Хьюго мой. А!
What's your name?
Who's asking?
We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Name's Eli Rooney.
You've been in trouble with the law before, Eli?
Some.
What are you doing around here?
I like to keep an eye on the children.
Strictly paternal, is it, Eli?
Don't sass me, boy.
A woman was abducted here last night, Eli, and murdered.
And I would love to make you for that, you oaky motherfucker.
Well, I wouldn't know nothing about that.
Вот оно что.
A woman, you say? I like them a little younger than that.
Turn out your pockets, Eli.
Now, why would I do that?
Сейчас у него будет
Because
эта
I'm about to
бабочка,
break your
наверное,
fucking
да?
skull, Eli.
Ну да.
You're under arrest, Eli. You're in very deep trouble. Get some backup down here, Rusty. We need to get this one downtown and into a cell.
I'll tell them we got a kitty raper coming in. They can roll out the red carpet.
Красивая бровка. Ну, говнюк какой.
What time did you see the person park the car?
Late last night, after school social, maybe 1 a.m. I've been keeping a good eye out lately. We've had problems with the child molester.
Eli Rooney. We've met him.
Filthy son of a bitch. He was here yesterday before the dance.
Was it him you saw park the car?
I don't know, sir. I'd like to say yes, but the truth is it was pretty dark.
Но судя
Would you say Rooney is violent?
фигуре из
Yes,
ролика
sir, I would
первого,
say
кто
so,
да.
yes.
Thanks for your help.
Ну, это все, они уже подписали оба себе приговор. А тот, даже если не виноват в смерти, пришьем ему педофилию. Поехали в морг. Ой, подожди, а машину-то я чё не осмотрел? Почему я машину-то не осмотрел? Я совсем больной, что ли? Чё это со мной такое? Надо осмотреть машину. Где она там? Ну да, вот. Чё это, я совсем больной? Или ты не будешь ее смотреть?
This is the car?
Yes, sir, detective.
Have you looked it over?
Superficially.
Whoa, whoa.
I was told to wait for you guys.
Thanks. We'll take it from here. The overalls are stenciled HM. Mueller is a mechanic. I wonder what Eli does for a living.
Ясно.
Blood and skin samples. We better get Ray Pinker out here.
Да даже вызывать ничего не надо, сразу видно, что это его, что это ее кровь. Ну и та самая дубина.
It's from a Chrysler. Could be important.
Да. Я просто, знаешь, что я сюда вернулся? Я заметил, что стоят вот эти вот полицейские автоматы, и надо в любом случае кому-то звонить. Просто так они здесь рядом не появятся. Собственно, поэтому я и вспомнил про то, что это я машину-то не смотрел. Совсем дурачок, что ли, дурак? Серьезно, на правую кнопку можно было включить бег? Угораешь, давай.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need interrogation set up at Central for both suspects being held in the Mueller homicide case.
Certainly, Detective. I'll get in touch with the watch commander.
Thanks.
Да, я вообще в шоке сейчас, конечно. Садись. Все, мы в школе... Не сюда. Мы в школе больше ничего не забыли?
I say we make Rooney for this. I think we should lay it on him. He was near the car, he had her jewelry, the DA will love him for it.
Even if he didn't do it?
Who cares whether he did it? You have kids, Phelps? He needs to be taken permanently out of harm's way.
And we let Mueller slide?
For a while. He gets a free pass for now.
Куда мы его отпускаем?
I don't know about this. My gut says Mueller. We caught him trying to destroy evidence in his backyard, and that was his car with the bloody tools in it.
I never said it wasn't Mueller. Hell, he probably killed his wife, deprived that poor kid of a mother. But he's not an immediate danger to anyone else. Rooney's a threat to every kid at Belmont.
He's a peeper, Rusty. We can pick him up for something else.
You really want to run that risk?
Совсем дурно.
Calm down. God, you're gonna kill us!
Извините.
Goddamn drunk drivers!
Разрешите, пожалуйста.
I'm sorry, madam. Police officer, I need
Is
your car.
this legal, officer?
Give me a break!
Уже колесо откуда? Я думал, мы только сели, уже колесо откуда.
Help!
Запарковались, пошли. Так все и было задумано, это специально, чтобы была такая парковка.
good looking for a policeman.
Phelps, Rusty, thanks for coming.
Can you blood type the shoes that we bagged and see if they're a match?
Sure. It'll all be in the report, but I'm assuming you want the details now?
Please. Cause of death is strangulation?
Correct. Take a look at the samples on the bench.
Так подожди, ее же колотнули так жестоко. Вон тем нижним. Не, вот этим нижним, вот этим, вот. Вот этим.
What are the normal uses for that kind of rope?
On boats, mooring lines.
Correct. Although Ray says that they're sometimes used as bell ropes in churches.
Колоколам.
So are we looking for a sailor or a minister?
Well, in my experience, sailors seem to have the greater libido.
Was Mrs. Muller criminally attacked?
No external or internal traces of semen.
Thanks, Mal. Anything else comes up, you let us know.
Все. Печень ее зачем-то вырезал. Так, ну тут, я так понимаю, мы больше ничего не найдем. Поехали тогда теперь в центральное отделение полиции. На чем-нибудь. Я не понял, кто сюда мою машину перепарковал с того шикарного места. Это что такое-то? Так, места. Центральное отделение департамента полиции Лос-Анджелес.
Not exactly the happiest of places, the coroner's office.
Это да.
Carruthers is a good man, professional, diligent. If you're working with a pro, it's easy to overlook the grim realities of a place like that.
Funny job, that, the coroner's.
How so?
You know, you don't want them enjoying their work too much. The wrong kind of man can get awfully lonely rattling around a joint full of corpses.
Rusty, that's like something out of the pulps.
Been reading the same ones as me?
I thought you were usually too drunk to get through a magazine.
You know, if I close one eye and squint, you can just about make out the print.
Пропустил поворот. Очень жаль. Что я слепой, я дочитал свои диалоги. Опять зачитал свои диалоги. Но не в данном случае. Центральное отделение полиции.
You better not go soft on me in here, Phelps.
We'll work the evidence, Rusty. Are they ready?
Bowlers in 2 and the perverts in 1. Get in there and get a
Так,
conviction.
значит, пойду сначала тогда к извращенцу.
Boys, you've really come through this time, haven't you?
Captain, we were on our way to interview Eli Rooney.
Yes, Phelps, I know. This particular fiend is an old acquaintance.
Вот. Он
I have
может
tried to
что-то дать
reaffirm his belief in a
на
wrathful and terrible
Моллера, и
God.
тогда мы его точно
Whichever way it goes,
возьмем
I'll be dealing
за
personally.
яйца. Разрешите пройти, спасибо.
You look like you've had it rough.
You see me asking for your sympathy, boy?
You down on your luck, Eli?
I had worse. My family ate roadkill during the Dust Bowl.
But you have a job. A parolee has to have a job, correct?
I had me a job down in San Pedro. I'm looking for something new.
Сан-Педро.
You better not be lying to me, Eli. If I send an officer down there to find out and it turns out you wasted his time...
Hell, I ain't lying.
Он
That
же
ain't worth lying,
уборщица.
though.
Ой, уборщица.
You're off the hook. For now.
Сливне.
This place you worked have a name?
Hennessy Marine. You can't misplace big yellow letters HM out front.
Ага.
They give you any workwear, Eli?
Sure. Green coverall. Dang thing was hot. Felt like I was back in the pen wearing it.
You ever tie up any of your victims, Eli?
It's not a nice thing to go calling them.
What would you call them?
I can't say. I learned a long time ago not to go talking about the things I like. Talking about it just seems to get people's dander up.
Answer the goddamn question, Rooney, before I brain you.
See what I mean? Short answer is yes.
You have any preference regarding rope, Eli?
I know a good rope from a bad rope, if that's what you mean.
Ну, это хорошо,
That's
конечно.
not what you mean, is it? Any old rope will do me fine.
Mrs. Muller was strangled with a triple braid. Give me something, Eli.
I like braid, but I didn't rope that woman. You're not hanging this one on me, partner.
Жаль.
You killed Mrs. Muller and stole her jewelry.
That ain't so. Ain't done nothing like that.
Вот это ты сейчас заврал.
You're a liar, Eli. You needed the money, so you killed her.
I've been around some, son. You got some evidence that proves I stole that butterfly from that woman? I done told you I found that pretty thing. I never stole it.
I don't like you, Eli. I think you're an evil man. I think you try to pass off your pain to other people. I can't make you for this case, but my consolation is that I don't think you will be out of prison for very long.
You can count on it, shitbird. By the way, Eli, the captain and the hat squad would like to talk to you
Это я
next.
сейчас накосячу.
Any idea what they might want to talk about? For my money, Hugo Muller's our #1 suspect. The evidence is solid. I think it's time we hit him with it.
Mouthpiece tore strips off me at the grand jury. Case was thrown out.
А, это не то.
Now the DA won.
Я их все время путаю, они так выглядят одинаково.
Olive oil comes from olive.
Here's where we stand,
Where does
Hugo.
baby oil come from?
Your next door neighbor heard screaming coming from your house. You were burning your blood-stained shoes. You have no one who can confirm your whereabouts last night. Your daughter says you're a violent man. We have everything we need to send you to death row, and all you have to say for yourself is, I didn't do it.
I swear I didn't kill her. Give me that lie test. I can prove it.
Да.
Why did you burn your shoes, Hugo?
Because I knew you'd never believe me.
Что-то ты мне врешь?
Are you going to tell me what I want to know? Or do we have to take it out of you in lumps?
Почему неправильно-то?
Give it your best shot. I can
Ты
take
угораешь, что ли, надо мной?
We found your wife's car. Someone parked it at the school late last night. Do you have anything to say about that?
It wasn't me.
Where do you keep your work clothes?
I keep them at work in my locker.
Enough lies, Hugo. Your overalls put you at the scene of the crime last night.
My overalls are in the laundry of my house.
Green overalls, bloodstained, with the initials HM found in the trunk of your wife's car.
They can't be mine.
Да.
Why, Hugo? Because if they were yours, they'd be in the incinerator too?
Do you know anything about ropes, Hugo?
As much as the next man. I was a scout. I learned some more in the army.
Your wife was strangled with a braided rope, which we found in the trunk of her car. I think you bought that rope specifically to strangle her.
You can think whatever you want. But that rope has nothing to do with me. My
Я не
wife
знаю,
is
что я сделал сейчас. Я
the
не
victim
понял,
here.
зачем я это сделал сейчас.
But so am I.
Ой, играет.
What am I gonna do without her?
О, слезку еще запустить,
And you.
слезку. Давай.
You heartless bastard.
Да.
Your wife was beaten with a tire iron, Hugo. An appropriate choice of tool for a mechanic.
I know nothing about any tire iron.
You're lying, Hugo. You're gonna have to come clean on this.
You got no proof.
Your wife drove a Chevrolet, Hugo. What make of car do you drive?
A Chrysler Airflow.
So I guess that explains why the tire iron that killed your wife came from a Chrysler. Hugo Mueller, I'm charging you with the murder of your wife. You'll be arraigned and taken before a grand jury. Book him, Rusty.
Нет, я понимаю, что это не он, но, блин, того я не смогу обвинить. Я закосячился там. Мне кажется, зря я его засадил.
I have to say I'm disappointed.
Почему?
I stood in front of a troop of reporters and made promises. Promises of swift and fearful retribution, and you bring me an armful of vagary and happenstance. You made the department look bad, lad. Do it again and your career as a policeman will come to an abrupt and ignominious end.
Ты чё орёшь-то на меня?
You two are back on the streets. Find street criminals, roust them, beat them, and restore some fervor to your police work. Your next case will come.
Иди ты, а, слышу, у меня всего один косяк был.
Now get out of here!
Ну ты, говнюк старый. Почему плохо-то? Что? Расскажите мне. Халатно. Чего? Серьезно? Почему? Бля. Да ты угораешь. Ну как так можно-то? Ну невозможно же. Ну, ты чё?
We captured 2 regular armies. Lieutenant! Belt, we've been over this. That sniper barely missed you back on the beach. Until the mission is over, there'll be no more saluting or signs of rank.
I'm in charge here, Medier!
Do you wish to interrogate the prisoners?
No, they're beat. Why they look so sullen? You're wondering why we haven't killed them yet. There is no greater shame than being taken prisoner.
Get this, Golden Boy actually seems to know what he's doing. See that, boys? He slapped that Jap right upside the head.
It was merely to remind him of his place. His shame was the tone of voice that he used with a superior. I respect the Japanese, Corporal.
Respect, we're here to kill the sons of bitches.
Do you know why we are fighting the Japanese, Private?
With respect, sir, these bastards attacked Pearl Harbor.
And why did they attack Pearl, Private?
Because they hate the US of A and our way of life.
They attacked the US because we cut off their oil. What would we do if another country denied us the gas to run our cars?
Действительно, вот и я о том же. Что ж, друзья, думаю, на этом нам стоит закончить. Всем спасибо за просмотр, ставьте лайки, пишите комментарии, подписывайтесь на канал. Всем до новых встреч, всем пока.